Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to do confetti overlay on a video in Flutter Android using Media3 transformer library. So let's get started. Like I mentioned, this video is only for Android using Flutter. So first let me show you guys the output, and before that let me open Logcat because I want to show you the progress bar as well. This is the progress bar, because while overlaying confetti on a video, if the video is very large it will take a bit of time, that's why. So here you can see the output. I'm just mirroring my device using Android Studio. Just make the output a bit larger. I have a button called pick video. I'll click on pick video. It will open the video picker for me. As you can see, I just have one video. I'll just select that video and it should start the progress. I'm not able to see it, I don't know why. Let me check, maybe some issue. Okay, so here I'm able to see it. As you can see, I'll explain more about this in a bit. So it is almost done. As you can see, the progress is 99. It is stuck on 99. So here you can see it is done. Now I'll just dismiss this. I'll just play the video because it is in pause state at the start. And here you can see I'm mirroring my device, so the output is little laggy, so just bear with me. But here you can see there is confetti overlay coming from the top of the video. I'll just pause this video for a second, and if I click on pick video, the video is also saved to external storage, so the user can use it wherever he or she feels like. Now coming back to the progress state which I was showing it to you guys. So here you can see I'm actually sending the, so once the video is transformed, I'm sending the updated URL of the transform video which is saved to external storage back to Flutter side from native Android. Also I'm continuously sending the progress state with the help of the event handler from native Android side to Flutter side as well. So let me explain it to you. I'll show the code in a bit, but I'll just filter using this Flutter received. Now this is coming from Flutter side. Okay, I'll show you the here it is coming from, but it is sent from native Android side. So if I just show you the code for a second, if I just scroll up, here you can see I have this progress state as well as the actual progress. So the progress state can be either 0, 1 and 2, and the progress holder dot progress will be value from 0 to 100. So here you can see the progress state 1 at the start, and at the very end it becomes 0. So that is an indicator for you, indicating that the video has finished transforming. And the progress holder dot progress, like I mentioned, goes from 0 to 100, but sometimes, like many of the times, it doesn't reach till 100. So here it is stuck on 99. If you have a very short video, sometimes it even finishes at 80, but this progress state tells you that the video has finished processing because it becomes 0 at the very end. So yeah, now let's look at the entire code. So first, as usual, I have created a Flutter application. Then inside pubspec.yaml I have added few dependency. One is for image picker for picking video, second one is video player for playing the video, and third one is chibi for adding controls on our video like play, pause button, all that stuff. Then go to main.dart file. First you have to import Dart async, you have to import Flutter material, Flutter services, import image picker, video picker as well as chibi. Then this is boilerplate code which is present by default. I have not changed anything. I have just refactored this my homepage widget. So it is a stateful widget. Here I have created a method channel called video picker platform. Then I have also created an image picker as well. Then here I have created a video player controller as well as a chibi controller. Then this video URL which we will get it from native Android side. So I have created a variable for that. This event channel for continuously monitoring the progress if the video is very large. Then this stream subscription again is related to event channel. Inside the init state we basically okay, I'll just remove this. So we just initialize our subscription and we receive the broadcast stream from native Android side. So this was the thing which I was showing you inside Logcat. Now I have ran my application via Android Studio, that's why I showed you the logs inside Android Studio, but you can run it from the terminal as well using flutter run command. Then this is for error. Okay, then inside dispose we just cancel our subscription, dispose our controller as well as dispose our chibi controller. Then inside the build method, here I have taken a column and inside that we have a text button, and on press of it we just do picker.pick video. We pick it from gallery. Once we have and here we invoke a method called so this is the method name. I mean, this is a very bad method name. Like here we are actually adding confetti, right? So maybe you can change the method name, but for now I'll keep it as it is just to avoid confusion. But whatever method name you give it over here, same method name has to be written on the native Android side as well. And here this path is the actual video which we have selected from our image picker. Then here we initialize our controller, and here we get the result, right? So that's what we are passing it over here. So this result will actually have the path of the a path of the transform video which is saved to external storage, which has the confetti overlay. Then here we just add a controller.add listener. We set looping as true. We initialize it as well. Then here we create our chibi controller, pass our video controller to it. Autoplay is true, looping is true, and then we pass the result to our video URL. In case of error, we just print it to the console, and here we are handling any exceptions. And if the video URL is not equal to empty, then we create a container. Inside that we have an aspect ratio widget. Inside that we display chibi by passing the chibi controller, and it will display the video as well. Now what you will have to do is you will have to go to the Android folder, go to app, go to build.gradle, and I think I made I have this unnecessary dependency. You can just remove this command as. Let me quickly run it just to check. I think these are the only two dependency which you require. So go to build.gradle, and you will have to add this dependency block. You will have to add this Media3 transformer dependency as well as this Media3 effect dependency. Then go to src main Kotlin. First we'll have to create a class or a file for confetti overlay. So just create a file called confetti overlay.kt. Now the first thing is this should be your own package name. So if you want to know how to get your package name, just go to main activity.kt. Whatever is the package name over here, just copy it inside your confetti overlay.kt file. Now to be completely honest with you, I'll just minimize this. I have copied this code from GitHub, from the Google source code. So even I'm not an expert on this, I'll simply scroll through this file. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. So this entire code is for the confetti overlay which we were displaying it inside our video or inside our demo. Okay, and these are all the confetti items which I was displaying. So here you can add whatever items you feel like. Okay, again I'll simply scroll through this one more time. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, then you will have to go to main activity.kt, and these are the imports which you again have to add. Don't change the package name, so don't copy my package name. Imports you can copy. So these are all the imports. Again I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video. Now we have to annotate this class like main activity class as unstable API, because at the time of me recording this video, Media3 APIs are still a bit unstable. Even though inside build.gradle we are using the stable version, this is like a quirk of Android development. I don't know why they do this, but yeah, at least we have to do it now. But hopefully in future they will remove it and we don't have to write this. Then here we extend transformer.listener. So with the help of this we have to override two methods, on completed and on error. So here is our file name and file path as well. Then here is our handler as well as progress holder. Then here is our event channel of progress. Then here is our event channel event sync. Then here is our method channel result. Then here is an array list of effect which we will be adding. Then here we override the configure Flutter engine, and here we have created event channel. This is for continuously sending the progress state from native Android side to Flutter side. So again this is boilerplate code for it. Then here we create our method channel. The method channel has the same name which we have defined it inside our main.dart file. Then we assign the method channel result to our method channel. Then if the method is convert to fragmented video, again this is a wrong method name. Like this should have been something proper, but like I said, I'm using the same method name inside our main.dart file over here. That's why I'm using it over here. If you change it over here, make sure you change it over here as well. Then we first get the path which we send from Flutter side. Then we create our transformer. Then here we do like add the confetti overlay to our effect. Then we create an input media item. Then we create an edited media item as well. Then we create an external file. Then we start the transformation, and here we start tracking the progress state. So here you can see, once I have the progress state as well as the actual progress, with the help of this attach event, I'm sending it back to Flutter side. And here I have just added 500 milliseconds delay. Now here, this is how we create an external file in native Android application. Even I have copy pasted this code from Stack Overflow. And the next code, this is how we save the file to external storage. Like again, I have just copy pasted it from Stack Overflow. Feel free to pause the video and just copy all this code. Okay. Yeah, then here we override the onCompleted method. So if the file name and file path is not equal to null, then we save the file to external storage and send the URI back to Flutter side. Then here is the onError method as well, and in case if there is any error, we just display a toast message with the error. So yeah, I think that should be it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.